Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to hear so many voices that are having great conversations already to start today. So welcome to the foundingGIDE community event for 2025. I know that some people have engaged with this community before, others this might be one of your first conversations. What we would like to start though with, as it comes up on, is a thank you to our sponsors. As we know, sponsors are really a critical part of making these kind of events come together, and so thanks to ARNet, to QSIF and also to Intersect, as well as to the Horizon Europe funding that's actually brought the foundingGIDE all together. We do want to start with an acknowledgement of country. And for us, that is about recognising that we are meeting today on the traditional country of the Turrbal and Yagara peoples and pay our respects to their elders past and present. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that will be joining us this week, as well as any First Nations people from around the globe. And that is for those joining both here and online. As we talk about data and imaging and collaboration and founding a global image data ecosystem, it's important to remember the knowledge systems of Australians' First Peoples have been managing and understanding this land for tens of thousands of years, the depth of wisdom underpinning our own current efforts to connect and share knowledge globally. We might head over to the next slide, which is just a code of conduct. So for us here in this meeting, part of what we want is we want to encourage that collaborative discussion. We want to note that all of the sessions will be recorded with just the videos published. But what we want to encourage is that spirit of sharing and respect goes throughout our presentations and any of the discussions, that they are professional and respectful in both their tone and content. There are some terms and conditions if you'd like to follow onto those, but otherwise let's get on to some of our presentations. So our sessions this morning are looking at shared solutions, and we're delighted to have a series of speakers that will be joining us for both Australian and European and international perspectives. So to kick us off, both myself and Wojtek are here. So I'm Lisa Yen, the CEO of Microscopy Australia, and it is my pleasure to be joined with my colleague, the CEO for the National Imaging Facility, Wojtek Kaczynski. Our meeting over the next few days has got nearly 160 registered from 32 countries across 6 continents. We will have a significant online delegation as well, with around 80 registered to join us online. Let's move on to the presentations for our session. So here in Australia, we have some national science and research priorities that align really nicely with foundingGIDE. It is about connecting data and tools and community to deliver impact. Both Microscopy Australia and the National Imaging Facility directly support these science priorities through the research that we enable. That includes a transition to net zero by supporting research into new energy materials and technologies, healthy and thriving communities by imaging the human brain and its diseases, helping researchers understand biological systems and treating conditions that affect millions across the world. It's about elevating Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander knowledge systems by working with Indigenous communities to support and lead research on their own health priorities. It's about protecting and restoring Australia's environment. This is recording Indigenous plants and ecosystems, working out how to make best use of the resources that are finite in our Earth. And by building a secure and resilient nation, capturing and managing nationally significant imaging data collections, safeguard those scientific assets for the future. And you'll hear about how these priorities and through many of the discussions over these next 2 days, from AI to open data and sustainable research infrastructure.
I can make you a post here. Yeah.
So as some may know, this is the second of a series of international community meetings that have been organised by the foundingGIDE project. This is all about building that truly global imaging data community to connect researchers, infrastructures and users. The first meeting was held in Japan last year, where the discussions focused on how imaging data can be shared, harmonised and made fair across national and regional systems. And then here in Brisbane, we're extending that conversation, exploring how Australia, Europe, Japan and other partners around the world can align our efforts and infrastructure. Then we're looking forward to the conclusion of the project in 2026 with a final community event in Europe where the outcomes of these meetings will come together to define the future steps in that global image data ecosystem. I'd also, as I mentioned before, just like to recognise the foundingGIDE partners. Those are the organisations that have made this project possible and have contributed to the event this week. That includes Euro-BioImaging, EMBL, Consiglio Nazionale delle Ricerche, German Bioimaging, RIKEN, the National Imaging Facility and Microscopy Australia, working together through the Global Bioimaging Network. foundingGIDE has been funded by the European Union, and it is a true example of international partnership, bringing together world-class imaging infrastructures to share a global ecosystem for imaging data.
People to the left-hand side. Is that the plan?
We have an extra room, actually 3 rooms. Is that what you're...
As I've already said, many thanks to our sponsors who have been involved, ARNet Inclusive being our silver sponsors and our bronze sponsor, Intersect Australia. These organisations here are key enablers of Australia's digital research infrastructure, providing connectivity, cloud services and data platforms that underpin projects like foundingGIDE.
We don't really have a breakout room per se.
Finally, advisory committee members and the organising committee, and I'm sure you'll understand why I won't read out everybody's names, but these really are the people who should be acknowledged because they have been both providing that support and guidance and input from the advisory committee and then actually putting together this particular event here in Australia. So many thanks to them. And I'll hand over to Wojtek.
Thank you.